Hey, Allison Verhalen here with AV Writing Services, and today I want to talk to you about how to create an impressive speaker one sheet in just 6 easy steps. So creating speaker one sheets is another thing that I kind of fell into, so that's why I haven't written about it before. I just recently being, I don't know, a few months ago, a client asked me to create a speaker one sheet for her. And of course I said yes. And because I've been trying to get into doing more public speaking lately, I was like, gee, I should probably write my own speaker one sheet. So it took me way too long to finally get around to creating my own, but I did create one for that client, and I have since created some more for other clients. And it got me thinking that I should probably talk about how to DIY it if that's something you're trying to do. So I'm going to give you everything that I've done for my speaker one sheet that I advise. Some of the stuff I provide, obviously the writing stuff, the design stuff, and the images I don't provide, but I have people that I can refer you to if you need those services. So here's what you need for your speaker one sheet. First and foremost is a professional headshot, no selfies, no bad lighting, no sitting in a dark corner with your arm out towards the camera so people can clearly see that you are taking a selfie. No one wants to see that. Professional headshot. Get that out of the way. If you don't already have professional headshots, I mean, you absolutely need them. If you're going to be public speaking, you should get them anyway. Put them on your website, put them on your social media, especially LinkedIn really requires those professional headshots. Not so much the selfies. I know they're super quick and easy to take, but they're just not going to cut it in this day and age. So get that professional headshot. Now onto the writing. You do need a bio. Keep in mind that your speaker one sheet is exactly that. It is one sheet. You have 8.5 inches by 11 inches to get all of the information in that you need onto that speaker one sheet. So your bio is going to be short and sweet. I am going to go ahead and share my screen. So you can see my speaker one sheet. My bio is over here, super short, right? It is literally, it's one paragraph and it's very short. My headshot, professional headshot that actually some friends of mine took for me a while back. So that is something, and you can see the lighting is really good. We went outside to take those. It happened to be a gorgeous sunny day, so it worked out really well for us. So this is one layout, and I'll talk a little bit later about some of your options for your layout. And you can see that mine, obviously I've got the headshot because I own my own company. I wanted my my logo in here, and then I have it all color coded. So we'll talk a little bit later about branding, but all the colors are consistent and they match my logo. That was all very intentional. Up here, obviously I have my name, my title, and then again, that bio is super short and sweet. And then underneath the bio, I've got my speaking topics. Now, I've talked about more topics than these. I've talked about a lot of different things, especially on this YouTube channel. So I can talk about a lot more than just these, but again, keep it short and sweet, right? You need just the bare bones. You can always remind people that you can do more topics. People, if they see your speaker sheet, will probably reach out and ask, well, could you do something on this? If they see something similar, but not quite what they're looking for. On the other hand, if you find yourself in a conversation with someone and you find out that, you know, maybe they need something specific through the course of the conversation, you can pitch that to them. You can say, well, you know, I can also talk on such and such. So don't feel like this needs to be a comprehensive list of absolutely every single thing that you can ever possibly talk about, because you're an expert. You can talk about all kinds of things. You can also do multiple speaker one sheets. You don't need just one speaker one sheet. You can do different speaker one sheets for different audiences. So keep that in mind. So maybe you have one for a particular audience, for a particular segment of your services or products, and maybe you just focus on those topics. And then you have a different speaker one sheet for a different audience, and you highlight some different speaking topics for that audience. So keep that in mind. And then always got to have your contact information, whatever social media channels you want to direct them to, your website if you have one. however you want them to contact you, if it's your phone number, your email address, whatever that is, you want them to be able to get a hold of you so they can actually book you for their events. So it's everything they need to know, right? It's what you look like, your name, your title, your brief bio. It's just going to focus on what it is you can provide for them, what your credentials are. You're not going to get super personal here. You're not really going to get deep into your backstory. It's just the facts. And again, with the speaking topics, contact information, done. Now, you can do different ways to design you don't have to use that design. I found that design on Canva. I'll get a little bit into designing your speaker one sheet a little bit later, but there are different designs you can use. So if you have more space for more information to put on there, there are some extras you can include, such as clients, other places you have spoken, people they can get in touch with to say, hey, so-and-so, I see so-and-so spoke at your event. How did that go? Would you recommend them? Testimonials are always recommended for every single thing that you do, right? You need to show that social proof, because yes, people can talk to you and see how coherent and put together you are when they meet you, but can you do the same thing on a stage or in a Zoom room, as the case may be? So getting that feedback from other people who are in that situation, who have hired you to come in and do a talk, that's what you really need. That is going to provide that social proof that's really going to help you close the deal. And finally, branding, like I showed you with mine, it's all about the colors, the font, as well as the language you use. How do you brand yourself? And this is true even if you don't own your own company, if you're an employee for another company, but you're trying to do more speaking, either for that company or another source of income, or just to position yourself as a thought leader, whatever the case may be, you still have a personal brand that you are trying to put out into the world and to really establish. So keep that in mind. What are the words and phrases that you want to be associated with your brand? And what are the words and phrases you do not want to be associated with your brand? Keep all of that in mind when you are creating your speaker one sheet. Finally, designing your speaker one sheet. Again, I do recommend getting a professional designer. I am not a graphic designer. If you cannot afford a graphic designer, Canva is super easy and I think really intuitive to use. I found my design on Canva. They have other designs, or you can, like I said, hire a graphic designer. Or if you are a graphic designer and that's in your wheelhouse, then go ahead and have fun with it. Take it wherever you need to take it. So that is it. Those are my tips today for your 6 easy steps for creating your speaker one sheet. If you have any questions, you can always reach me at info@avwritingservices.com. I'm always happy to hear from you and answer your questions. And you can find a ton of information like this, again, on my YouTube channel. You can look through my other videos and see if there's something else that catches your eye. And again, my website has a ton of information on my blog, and that website is avwritingservices.com. So have a great week and happy blogging.